Welcome back to the channel, and first of all, I just have to say thank you so much for all the support I've received in my last video. It truly does mean a lot to me. And I will be making a part 2, but this time I will be talking about more obscure videos from every single year. And of course, a special shout out to my YouTube editor who is right behind me. But yeah, in today's video we will be talking about 5 disturbing lost media cases. I did make this video already where I talked about 6 disturbing lost media cases, and I really tried to find a 6th one for this video, but in all honesty I couldn't really find a good disturbing lost media case because a lot of them have been talked about to death and some of them are just not interesting at all. But if I do decide to make another video like this one, you can just comment down below what disturbing lost media cases you want me to talk about. But enough blabbering, I'll just get straight into this video. On August 19th, 2010, something tragic happened during a concert at the Mountain Winery in Saratoga, California. The Swell season, a band known for its emotional music, was performing in front of nearly 2,000 people. Just after they finished playing the song, When Your Mind's Made Up, a man jumped from the roof and passed away in front of everybody. The man was 32-year-old Michael Edward Pickles. Around 10 p.m., he quietly left his seat, climbed up to a rooftop about 20 to 30 feet above the stage and landing just a few feet away from the singer, Glenn Hansard. Everyone at the concert was shocked. Some people ran to help, while others called for an ambulance. Luckily, there were paramedics already in the crowd. They began doing CPR right away and kept trying for over 30 minutes. A doctor who happened to be in the audience also helped. Sadly, they couldn't save him, and Pickles was announced dead at the scene. Later, it came out that Pickles had a troubled past. On New Year's Day earlier that year, he had been arrested for threatening to take both himself and his girlfriend out. He had recently gotten out of jail on a $150,000 bail. Even though many people were filming the concert, there is no known video of the moment he jumped in front of the crowd. A YouTube user named Kiton said they do have the footage of it, but they've only shown it to the police and the band out of respect. Some videos from before and after the incident are out there, but the actual moment hasn't been made public. The night was supposed to be about music and coming together. Instead, it became a moment that everyone who was there will never forget. It was a sad reminder that people can be struggling inside, even in a place full of joy and celebration. This lost media case isn't really that talked about, and it may actually be your first time hearing about this. My lost media videos do tend to perform better on my channel, and I do want to say, if you by chance have the footage of this, do not release it and just keep it lost. As a matter of fact, you should delete it. Because I do strongly believe that there's a lot of footage of this incident with many camera angles, and I'm actually surprised that this lost media hasn't been found. But we should still keep it lost because it is kind of messed up if anyone decides to release this footage. On the morning of January 8th, 2011, a mass shooting took place outside a supermarket in Casas Adobes, Arizona during a public event held by Representative Gabrielle Giffords. At 10:10 a.m., Jared Lee Lafner pulled out a pistol and fired at Giffords in the head at close range. He then fired to the crowd, killing 6 people, including federal judge John Roll. A store employee who was nearby reported hearing between 15 to 20 shots. As the chaos unfolded, bystander Roger struck Jared in the back of the head with a folding chair, helping to stop him before he was later arrested. Surveillance footage of the store captured the shooting. According to Richard Castigar from the Pima County Sheriff's Department, the video shows Jared walking up quickly with the gun down at his side. He raises it and fires one shot above Giffords' eye from just 2 to 3 feet away. He then turns the gun onto others nearby and fires at a similarly close range. Judge John Roll was reportedly trying to help save Giffords' employee, Ronald Barber, when he was killed. Barber, who was near Gifford at the time, was shot twice but later recovered and was released from the hospital. This security footage clearly shows the attack, but it has never been released to the public. It is believed that the FBI still holds the video and will likely never make it available. The Luby's cafeteria walkthrough video is a piece of crime scene footage showing the aftermath of a mass shooting that took place inside a Texas restaurant, leaving 23 people dead. While the full video hasn't been released online, parts of it has been shown to the public, confirming its existence. Luby's is a chain of cafeteria-style restaurants based in Texas, and despite suffering financial losses from the COVID-19 pandemic, more than 40 locations were still operating as of January 2022. In 1990, Luby's opened a new location in Killeen, Texas. It became popular among older customers and people on lunch breaks. On October 16, 1991, the restaurant was crowded for Boss Day. By noon, about 120 people were inside. Around 12:39 p.m., 35-year-old George Hennard drove his 1987 Ford Ranger pickup truck through the front window and into the restaurant. Many people rushed over, thinking it was a car accident, trying to help Hennard and those who had been knocked down. But then Hennard opened fire with a Glock 17 and a Ruger P89 semi-automatic handgun. He got out of the truck and started firing, taking out 22 people and injuring over 20 others. During the attack, a mother and her toddler were allowed to leave, but Hennard took out the toddler's grandmother as she tried to follow them. One man, local mechanic Tom Yvonne, broke a window with his body, helping many others escape. 3 police officers entered and tried to flank Hennard. After being shot twice, Hennard ran towards the bathroom area, claimed he had a hostage, and exchanged fire with police. He was hit again and eventually took himself out. The entire massacre lasted just 12 minutes. A 23rd victim, 62-year-old Creamhill Kitty Davis, died on October 19 after being placed in a medically induced coma. Luby's paid for all the funeral expenses of the victims. Hennard's exact motives were never fully clear. He had a history of drug use, sexual violence, and failed relationships. According to his ex-roommate, Hennard often spoke badly about women, even getting into fights with his own mother. Survivors said he seemed to target women on purpose, stepping over men to shoot them. During the attack, he yelled things like, "All women of Killeen are vipers. This is what you've done to me and my family," as well as, "This is what the women of Bell County did to me." At one point, he taunted a victim by shouting, "Hidden from me, bitch," before shooting her at close range. Months before the shooting, he had been accused of stalking a woman and her 2 daughters. Though the family was concerned, Hennard never directly threatened them, so an official investigation never happened. This tragedy led to changes in Texas gun laws, especially because of survivor Susanna Hupp, who lost both her parents in the attack. Her activism helped make concealed carry legal in Texas. Today, Texas has some of the loosest control laws in the county. The Luby's in Killeen reopened 5 months later after the attack, but permanently closed in September 2000. The building still stands and now houses a Chinese-American buffet called Yak Sing. As for the walkthrough video, before filming began, green napkins were placed over the victim's face to tag them. Some were turned onto their backs for proper identification. For example, one victim, 70-year-old Venice, is shown lying on her side, suggesting the video may have started with a general walk-around before each body was filmed individually with their IDs. Clips of the video first appeared in the 2008 documentary Going Postal, 15 Shocking Acts of Violence, where the show was ranked 6. More footage aired in December 2017 on the show Copycat Killers, which included more graphic parts while censoring the faces. Some disturbing moments shown in the clips include 41-year-old Connie Peterson's lower body visible as she hid in the serving line, while another woman is seen dead in a chair and someone else laying near the driver's side of the truck covered in blood. James and Lula Welsh, both 75, are shown near the crash site, lying on their backs. James had a checkbook on his chest, which may have been used for identification since he didn't have an ID. While most of the footage hasn't been released, a photo album confirms the accuracy of these scenes. In 2016, a Reddit user said they watched the footage during a criminal justice class in Bell County. They described how the video began from the truck's path and showed the videographer moving from one victim to another, recording their location with IDs placed on their chests. According to them, the victims had all been turned over so their faces could be clearly documented. The user's story was shared before the 2017 footage aired, adding credibility to their claim. The exact length of the footage is unknown. A nighttime photo of police examining Hennard's truck suggests the walkthrough may have lasted several hours. It's also possible that multiple videos were recorded for different purposes, including evidence collection. As of December 2021, the full footage is believed to still be in possession of the Killeen Police Department. It's unclear if any copies exist with former investigators. There's a really good chance that more footage could be found, considering how many times these clips have surfaced, but let's hope that doesn't happen out of respect. On February 14, 2018, 19-year-old Nicholas Jacob Cruz entered Marjory Stoneman Douglass High School in Parkland, Florida, the same school he had previously attended. Armed with a 15, Cruz walked over to a fire alarm and activated it. As students began exiting their classrooms into the hallways, he opened fire. The shooting lasted just 6 minutes before Cruz attempted to escape. He was captured approximately 40 minutes later. In total, he took out 17 students and injuring 17 others, making it the deadliest high school shooting in modern American history since the Columbine massacre in 1999. Surveillance cameras were operating throughout the school on the day of the shooting. Exterior footage captured the police response, while interior cameras documented the massacre as it unfolded. Of the various recordings made that day, only 6 videos have been made public so far. The first released footage, which was edited, shows Scott Peterson, the school's resource officer, during his response to the shooting. Following public pressure, the footage was petitioned to release. The full 20 minutes revealed that Peterson never entered the building during the attack. About 5 months later, more exterior security footage was released, including video from the school's main gate, walkways, and parking lot. Due to the subject matter, the footage of the actual shooting will never get released, and nearly impossible for anyone who isn't involved to get their hands on the footage, which is a good thing, meaning that this lost media will stay lost forever. Although the victims' families were granted permission to view the footage, many declined, but one person who viewed it was Fred Gluttenberg, the father of one of the victims, Jamie. And this is what he had to say about the footage.
And I watched you kill my daughter on video. And unfortunately, I saw you killing many of the others as well.
On March 9, 2001, in Rottenburg, Germany, 39-year-old IT technician Armin met an engineer named Bernd. After connecting through a now-defunct online forum called the Cafe. The site was centered around cannibalism fantasies and clearly warned users who couldn't separate fantasy from reality to leave. Using the alias Frankie, Armin had posted an ad seeking a volunteer willing to be killed and eaten. After several failed attempts, including one man who backed out after meeting up with him, Bernd responded, sharing a similar fetish, but instead of wanting to eat human flesh, he wanted to be eaten. Shortly after Bernd arrived, he requested that Armin to bite off his pee-pee. Believe it or not, that was a bit too difficult and I wouldn't even imagine the pain. After that, Armin used a knife to you-know-what. Bernd tried to eat the organ raw, but found it too chewy. Armin attempted to fry it in a pan with some of Bernd's fat, adding spices and marinated it, but he left it on the pan for too long and he burned it. Since that was inedible, they just fed it to the dog, which is gross and I do not want to think about that. Bernd was placed in a bathtub where he slowly bled out over the next 3 hours. Armin gave him alcohol, sleeping pills, and painkillers to dull the pain, and read a Star Trek novel as Bernd slipped further into unconsciousness. Eventually, Armin kissed him on the forehead and fatally stabbed him in the throat. He then moved the body into a room, prepared for the act, hung it up, and discarded it. The entire event was recorded on a 2-hour-long videotape found in Armin's possession when police arrested him in December of 2002. The arrest came after Armin described what had happened in detail on the same forum, while also looking for a second victim. Over the next 10 months, Armin stored the remains in the freezer and consumed an estimated 20 kilograms of Bernd's flesh. The tape has never been released publicly and is currently held by German authorities. It was only shown during Armin's trial, where it reportedly caused such distress and some journalists required therapy afterwards. 4 screenshots claimed to be from the footage have appeared online, though their authenticity remains unverified. Armin was initially charged with manslaughter and sentenced to 8 years, but the case was retired in 2005. He was then convicted of murder and now serving a life sentence in Castle Prison. Thank you so much for watching till the end of this video, and if you really enjoyed it, I bet you will love this one as well. And of course, thank you for all the recent support, it truly does mean a lot to me. And follow me on Instagram at moreproof4fun, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys.